Trudy? Adren? Hey. Welcome back, Viva Forever. A very important message by these 5 ladies. We also have our ladies on RTCI, Houda and Wiem. This is why we will introduce the gentlemen first. Mehdi bin Said, welcome to RTCI.
Welcome, thank you.
Houda, welcome to RTCI.
Welcome. Thanks.
Now you are familiar with the voice of Wiem Chettaoui.
Welcome.
Welcome. So, Mehdi, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners?
Okay, hi everyone. Mehdi bin Said, 32. I am a management consultant and I'm also involved into politics within the Aljoumhouri party.
Houda Chérif,
Yeah.
20 years old.
20. Yeah. I look like, yeah. All right. They're 42. So 10 years later.
So who is Houda Chérif?
I'm a member of the political council or bureau of the Jomhouri party.
How are you going to introduce the party or to present the party to the listeners?
All right.
Suppose that someone listening who doesn't know anything about the Jomhouri party, and you will explain why you don't like the use of the term the Republican Party.
Yeah, we decided to keep the nomination as it is, Jomhouri party, because we are in a very special context today in Tunisia, and we don't want to have people confuse Jomhouri with the Republican once translated, and this happened. We see that we already witnessed this happening with other parties before. So if it is Jomhouri and it can't be said, so why not keep it? I'm a co-founder of FAQ Tunis party, the former FAQ, and we never translated it actually, and it worked so well. I mean, like
It was good marketing.
It is a very good marketing. So why
Let's keep it as it is.
I mean, it's translating into Republican would really also get us a little bit far from
the local context.
the local context.
The local context,
so
and actually it's very good for the party to use the Tunisian term. Mehdi, how did you start your political career? You're just
Well,
32.
actually, I'm kind of newbie in this. I used to live abroad, mainly in France and the UK, and I decided to come back to Tunisia after January 14th. Sorry. So
That's another revolution.
Well, yeah, that's my own revolution.
Your own revolution.
Yeah, I also met my wife during this day. So anyway, and the thing is, I came back to Tunisia and I met with some friends. We went to attend different party meetings. We were really eager to get involved into the new political life that was starting in Tunisia. We were all full of hope, which is not really something that we should be ashamed of. And then we decided to start the adventure by ourselves, and we founded a small party, La Voix du Centre, which was a member, one of the
Voice
members
of the center.
Yes, exactly. We were thinking about naming it the Third Way because we were inspired by what Bill Clinton did.
By American
and
movies.
Not exactly, but Bill Clinton, Tony Blair as well. And after that we got involved into the Parti Démocratique Moderniste. Personally, I was on the list of Mustafa Moussa in Ariana delegation. And then, things got together and we decided to split up and to start the process that led us today to the what we call Aljoumhouri. As far as I'm concerned, I am also against the Republican name.
Use
because,
of the
yeah, because of probably it could lead to confusion with the Republicans in the United States, which is an ideology and a way of
Just
doing
totally
politics.
different from your
Exactly,
party.
completely different. And also because, just like Houda said, it's a matter of communication. We're Tunisians. We are supposed now to emphasize on the way we say things in our language. As you can see, all the other parties, and I think it's a smart way. Ennahda, Takatul. I mean, all of them chose names that would be the same in Arabic, in French, in English, and whatever. Because we're doing politics for ourselves, for our country, for our people.
Yeah,
So it
it
doesn't really matter for us to be called Republican or to translate it into anything else in Swedish or in German. we are Aljoumhouri, and that's it.
Houda, what about you? How did you start your political career?
I also lived for very long actually in all over the world, a little bit in the Gulf countries, in Japan, in England, and came back right before the revolution actually. I mean around a year, almost a year before the revolution. I didn't know that's going to happen, break up at all. I mean no idea whatsoever. I was really working on early childhood and wanted to do something about early childhood.
So you were not involved in politics before the revolution?
No, I wasn't at all.
So what happened?
And all of a sudden
How did you
I found
change your
myself
mind?
in front of the Ministry of the Interior, and on the 14th of January, and it was so. On that day, I really had this feeling that something is going to happen in Tunisia. That we were living a historical moment, a big moment. I felt like I was in a very marvelous big book of history on that day, and even running, having tear gas behind my back, but I was really, so euphoric and happy. And I decided with a group of friends, I was invited actually to start FX Tunis, and I joined the group, and that's how everything started. I was at the time at the communication commission or committee, and took care of the press relation of the party for all the time up until the fusion with
like media and communication agent.
Yes, yeah. And after the election and after all we witnessed as like multiple parties coming up and
new coalitions.
Yes, so we decided to go into coalitions and to unify our forces, the democratic forces, unifying them for the good cause, which is winning this transitional democratic transition.
Mehdi is a specialist in marketing. Mehdi, what is the best way of presenting Aljoumhouri party?
Well, first of all, I'm not exactly a specialist in marketing, but
you know
that's
that's part of your job.
My job, and also my responsibility within the party as well.
So you're responsible and you're a specialist. Where is the best way? What if you had to present the party in just 2-3 sentences?
Well, as I said earlier, I would really like to think that we might be the third way. Today we are facing major, as far as I'm concerned, and I think
major problems.
More and more people are getting to this point. Major problems. The government, the Troika, who's governing the country today, is having serious issues governing the country and making and getting us out of this whole political and economic turmoil. On the other side, we have black threat that is called Chettaoui, which is we are all like we're afraid that we might end up with the old system coming back, not necessarily with Ben Ali or with Trabilsi, but ended up with the same system, the same people governing us. So I would like to think that we might be the third way. We are not. We're neither a secular party, nor we have no relationship with the previous system. We would like to defend a policy of regulation, of what we like to defend is mainly social liberalism, and also social democracy. But this is another point of the discussion. But we present multiple abilities and skills, mainly in economical and economical fields. So we have multiple ministers in our staff, in our political bureau. So we think that the country needs today people who are really equipped professionally.
Basically, this was the call of Mayor Jribi yesterday. We will have a short break with music, and we'll be back. You will talk about the founding members of this new political party, of Aljoumhouri party. You will also talk about the initiative and the call of Mayor Jribi. Our next track, and we'll be back. Cry Me a River by Justin Timberlake. 20 seconds. Are we ready, ladies?
History?
حاضرين؟ أستاذ. 20 seconds. Okay. Welcome back. A very nice song by Justin Timberlake. My guests aren't singers; they are politicians from Aljoumhouri party, and they will answer the question of Wiem Chettaoui.
Well, actually, my question was directed to Mehdi. I wanted to know if it, how don't you worry, or how do you face up to criticism sometimes if you say things like, my party or the party that we set up was inspired from, third way democracy, Bill Clinton, Tony Blair. I mean, now there's a sort of phobia from anything that's coming from outside, especially the USA or England or the UK. So how do you face up to that, and how do you,
Okay, what is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. First, that's a personal opinion. It's not exactly the opinion or the way of thinking of Aljoumhouri party. It was our position as a group of young people. We're mainly 13. Who co-founded the La Voix du Centre at the beginning. Well, it's true. It's coming from the U.S. In the case of Bill Clinton, Tony Blair is the former British Prime Minister. Well, especially Tony Blair, we might link him to the whole war in Iraq, war against terrorism thing. Well, we don't agree with this. We're not staying in the position of the British government at that time. But we would like to believe that the economical choices made by Blair and also Mr. Clinton governments at that time were the best years of those two countries economically and also socially. Mr. Tony Blair is not let's say a right-wing guy. I mean, he's the Labour guy, and he managed to make good economical perspective match with a social balance. The same thing with Mr. Clinton, who gave, let's say, a more and more social face of the American, so famous American liberalism.
Adnen Chaouachi, what about the faces of Aljoumhouri party, who are the founding members?
The founding members, all right. They are not members, actually. They are parties. To start with, FR Tunis, the PDP, the Parti Républicain.
What about yes?
That means the former one. Sorry.
What about the prominent figures?
What do you mean by prominent?
The people that we know, Maya Jribi. What about the rest? You know Yassin Ibrahim as well.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. And you as
is
well.
this the reality within the Jomhouri party? Is that you are all together in this party and there's no real leadership?
Of course there is a leadership. I mean, we have a hierarchy, we have an organigram that we set, but this doesn't mean that there is like a set leadership that is not talking to the bases or to the other members of the other instances. So we are in a democratic party, if you want, and we are. It is the first thing we have to start with is to apply democracy within the party.
What about the actual call, the first call to create this grand party?
That's the first call.
From where did it all start? Who was the first voice that called for the parties to join together and form this sort of coalition?
FR Tunis was one of the parties who really went to other parties and tried together. So together, forces. So I think it started with FR Tunis, trying we were in a very democratic party as well, and me as a director, and I was a member of the director committee of the FR Tunis. That was our aim right after the election, especially when we saw that things are going really not into the right direction, if I may say so. So we really try.
I think you make the
together-
difference between not in the right direction and in the
wrong
wrong direction,
That was a very
the bad
subtle
way,
nuance. I'm trying to be
the wrong
soft.
way.
I'm trying to be soft, okay?
Yeah, because,
So-
yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I was asking the question because many would link it to, for example, certain events that took place in the recent months. For example, the initiative that was, in Sousse, there was a big meeting there, and there was a call.
You mean in Monastir?
In
Monastir.
Monastir, you mean?
Mhm.
In Monastir, yes.
No,
Okay.
it has nothing
It
to
has
do with
nothing
that.
to do with that
No.
because these are confusions that arise, and I think that
No,
It's-
our initiative started well before.
It started on
Initiative.
24th
Yeah.
of October, basically.
So nothing to do with that initiative.
We know that the party is led by Maya Jribi. Is it a symbolic leadership?
No, it isn't. Of course, she's leading as well, but she's like trying to consult everybody whenever there's something. Like for the press conference, she would consult to see whether she should say what she says or not.
Mhm.
I mean, it is a. I think it is a. We are living in a process of democracy, so there is no more what we try to install, if I say so. Now is interactive and participative democracy, trying to participate everybody. That was a very
Trying to involve all the people.
involve everybody
Mhm.
in the taking of the decision, and we started this with FF Tunis, to tell you the truth, and that's what we are trying as FFists, I would say, to install again in this new
Aljoumhouri.
in Jomhouri. I'm sure that Mehdi as well, as a young man, would give his little also thing to the Jomhouri, as well as the PDP people who are real activists, from historical activists, would bring also their little
They
thing
have
to
the
the-
historical legitimacy.
So that's the good thing about yes, that's
Mhm.
the good thing about this party, is that it is really how to say, gathering all kinds of people from all different backgrounds, trying to get the best of every one of them.
Houda and Mehdi, you know that after the founding Congress, 9 assemblymen elected for the PDP contested the leadership vote and suspended their party membership. Do you think it's normal for a new party?
Why am I not surprised you're asking this question?
I have to ask this question, you know that.
Well, first, I respect the decision of those gentlemen, and well, I'm sure they have their own reasons. I'm not in the right position to say whether they are good
Mhm.
or bad reasons, but I think it's a bad move. I might, as a person, again, I might not disagree with them with
Mhm.
so many things on which they base their decision, but I totally disagree with the move, since it didn't bring any good to anyone. So I'm really wondering today what those people are going to do with this move they created. And well, it actually didn't serve us. We found ourselves for probably a whole month. I mean, fighting in newspapers and the media against this. I mean, this bad publicity that
Do you think it
that
had
they created to us.
Do you think it had a negative impact on the party?
It had an impact.
On the new
I mean,
baby?
at least by making us lose people and lose forces in the battle we're starting, because it's a battle.
Do you think you have really lost people?
At least 9.
Yeah, of course we did, and that's history as well.
So don't worry. That's what Selim Haf says. He says, "ما تحطش في بالك." I don't think. No. Let's listen to Selim Haf, and we'll be back. You see, even when you talk about culture, you have to talk about politics as well.
Can't we?
They are interconnected.
Yeah.
This is We Are Back, but now you are going to talk about the political motion of the Jomhouri Party.
Yeah,
Houda.
so what is the Jomhouri Party? I mean, aiming to? What are the objectives? Politically, the first thing is to make the democratic transition succeed. We are unified democratic forces here, and we believe that justice as a human value as a value of Islam, as a value of human rights, is the basis of good governance.
What is your vision of Islam in Tunisia?
A moderate Islam, you mean? Our Islam.
I'm just asking the question, what is your own vision?
As
Aljoumhouri, as Aljoumhouri.
It is our religion, I mean, there's no doubt about that. We are Muslim, we are Arabs, we are Tunisians.
At the end of the day,
we do not allow anyone to sermon us on this.
Good, excellent.
Absolutely. And we are tolerant, and we are open-minded, and we are welcome all other religions as well to live with us. I mean, that's the real Muslim, is the one who really accepts the other, accepts the difference. So we also talk about moderation in our visions. It is the heart of all approaches. We talk about development, advancement, as a responsibility of that we have to take care of. We have we talk about efficiency in economy, like economic efficiency.
I think economic efficiency is one of the most important topics for
Of course, yes. But here you have to be careful, because we talk about efficiency in economy versus social justice. Things
Could
have to
you
be really
explain in 2 minutes?
equal. Which means that we are against wild economic
divides or
it's not the wild, the savage economy. We want economy to meet all the needs of the social of the society. So that's what we mean by balancing the economy with the social justice, with the social part of the...
Since you're talking about the economy, my next question is, are you really satisfied with the performance of the Ministry of Trade? I think the question is for the expert, Mehdi.
Well, I am not sure. I might comment the efficiency of the Ministry of Trade exactly. We have a serious drop in our exports in terms of value, which brings us to a situation where we have less goods to sell on the international market. So we would have less international currencies, and well, it's really related to this. The current situation. Everyone is talking about what happened with the Standard and Poor's those days, and the fact that we are exporting less goods, so making less money out of international currency, is really related to that. Why? Because tomorrow, when since Tunisia is now somehow becoming out of the radar of the investors, we were starting to have a bad image, and this will lead to a very serious weak position in negotiating, let's say, gré-to-gré loans. Well, I just want to explain myself in kind of a simple way, because I know that not everyone is really understanding what is happening, and it's really a serious matter. Some people are trying to make this not look very bad, but it is really serious. So S&P and Moody's, they dropped Tunisia rating by 1 notch to a speculative level. It's commonly called junk bonds. So everyone knows what a junk is, due to, I quote, political uncertainty and weaker economic outlook. This implies a greater aversion to Tunisia, which will manifest itself through interest rates that are higher, but also lower subscriptions for the Tunisian emissions. That means that we will be less able to negotiate emissions on the international market. The second point is the export credit agencies. COFAS, SAS, ECGD, which provide guarantees to foreign companies that invest in Tunisia, will now have higher warranty rates and weaker guarantee lines. That means that we will have less foreign direct investments in Tunisia, which leads in less jobs creation, at least. Less investment, less jobs.
For the upcoming years.
Exactly. The third point is I mean, beyond the actual scope, the commissioning of Tunisia in the speculative grade category goes with a symbolic dimension. We used to be the highest rank in the African and Arab region, exception made of the Gulf countries. Now,
do you think that was the reality?
Well, at the time of ranking, yes, we were. We were the only ones with BB plus, or I forgot. Now we've been surpassed by Morocco. Morocco takes the center stage, and this may have consequences in the investment decisions of big firms on big projects. I mean, we all heard, I'm sure, about Bombardier or some other big projects that were. I mean, the rumor were saying that they were planning on starting huge projects in Tunisia. Well, I'm sure they will think of it now. I mean,
do you think things have changed?
They will. They necessarily will.
Are you optimistic?
No, not really.
No.
No, I'm not.
No,
well,
I will ask
something that will delay the effect, the immediate effect, is that in Tunisia we were not used to go and take loans directly from the international market. We used to negotiate with partners, and this was based on our ability on reimbursing those debts because of the image and because precisely of this how to say that, the level of because of this rating, the BB plus we had. Now, a recent study shows the asymmetry between the damage and improvement in foreign ratings. What does that mean? That means that Tunisia must prepare for a home by the international financial community less favorable than in the past, and must now mobilize to restore its image and engage in an active program of investor relationship. I mean, as an answer to what some hypocrite voices defending the government said, that we were not, very concerned about what happened. We definitely are.
Mehdi, actually on Sunday I will have experts who will talk about economy, who will talk about the situation in Tunisia, and we will have voices from the right, voices from the left and from the center. We will try to understand what is really going on in Tunisia. You have said in 30 seconds, where is the role of the opposition after the revolution, Mehdi? 30 seconds.
To make the balance.
I rely on your marketing skills. To make the balance.
To make the balance. In a true democracy, we need the balance between the ruling party, the ruling force in the country, and an alternative.
Do you think Aljoumhouri is the alternative, Houda?
Ensure an alternative, ensure democracy, yes, why not? Jomhouri can be an alternative. We can work together into even a union government. But I'm not like for putting away anybody. I'm Tunisian and I wanted to work with all Tunisians.
From the right, from the left, and from the center as well.
For the good of Tunisia, for the interest of our country.
We're not against anyone.
Yeah.
Is this your final message?
Yes, most of people might think of us as against and not against anyone. We are not. We are just working for the good of this country. So when Maya Jaribi talked to the press yesterday and asked the government to change something, because we didn't ask the government to resign.
Yeah.
It's because we really care about what's going on in the country, and we need something to happen urgently.
I think you will have to come back to give more details about what's going on in Tunisia. Houda Chérif, Mehdi Ben Saïd, thank you very much, and thank you for your valuable contribution. I also want to thank Mufid, and I invite you to join the No Tobacco Day organized by the World Health Organization and many Tunisian associations. For those of you who have missed this edition of the English language program, they can find the podcast on my Facebook page, RTCI, the English language program, and the video on YouTube. Just Google my name, Adnen Chaouachi. Join me next Sunday for another edition. We will talk about economy and culture as well. I thank Nawal Saidi for her valuable assistance. Next, a news update in French and the Italian language program with the maestro Mourad Ayari. Stay tuned to RTCI. Bye bye. David Keda.